Hello friends, this is Suresh and we are going to discuss about ORFIT, best practice toward ORFIT and its architectures, and we will cover today uh, how ORFIT difference from AlexNets and what is inside of fine like difference between network like max that outfit use fine stride max pooling and how it's used for multi-skill classifications, and it's better from AlexNest for the classification plus the detection also. So these things we are going to discuss today. So what's basically ORFIT? So ORFITs complete all three tasks by one CNN and won the localization task in ILS VRC ImageNet large scale visual recognition competitions 2013 and get fourth rank for classification task at the moment and got first rank for detection task at the moment in the post competition. In post competition work, it's got first rank for the especially detection task. So ImageNet is the large image data set. It's cover around 1,000 classes for around image 1.2 million images and validation set of 50,000 images and test set of 150,000 images. So before discussing ORFIT, just journey about all of the network like ResNet, GoogleNet, ORFIT, AlexNet, and these. So here 2013 ORFIT in post competitions get first rank for detections, and it's somehow changed from AlexNet. VGG also it's little bit changed from the AlexNet. So VGG winner, second runner of 2014 and first runner of GoogleNet. So basically what AlexNet does in single sort, in single training pipeline, it does training like its classification work and localization works. Classifications like this is a Wolf, yeah, this is Fox. So like multi classification and localization is the same network will do that power will that ORFIT will come with all of this power. So this is the basic architecture of ORFIT. We will so AlexNet also have similar kind of the architectures, but how to select the features and how to work with dense features, that's make difference from the AlexNet and ORFIT network. So ORFIT network work on better way how to the select feature and work on the features. So basically this is layer 1, this is layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5, and layer 5 they are getting 256 of that depth of features and result as per whatever input. So and then that there is a fully connected, two fully connected there, and then finally that getting 1,000 plus of output. So for detection task, you know that different kind of data set you can use for detection like COCO, yeah, VOC data set. So that used for specific detections. So that have around 21 classes. Here classification for 1,000 classes, ImageNet, and that VOC dataset you can use for detection also. That is different dataset from the ImageNet. So basically, what does ORFIT? So I'm not going to deeper the previous 4 layer. I'm just discussing about after 5 layer and how this ORFIT work with this network and getting the better result with the feature map. So for example, input is a 245 and 245, that is the input, and after 5 layer we are getting the feature map of 5 into 5. So 245 2 into 5 we are getting out of 5 into 5, and depth of the feature map is 256. So I already discussed of the depth, 256 of the depth. So again after one is a fully connected layer, dense layer. So how we are convolving that? So for that, as an input we are convolving in 5 into 5 feature matrix, that is we can say kernel. So 5 into 5 and it's mapped with convolved with 5 into 5, then we are getting result of 1 into 1. And depth, we can choose depth according to whatever depth we require. For example, here depth is 4096 depth we required, then these features depth we can use according to the 4096 filter we have required if, with this input. uh, so this finally output. And then for next layer, this filter will same 1:1 filter we are taking. So for nomenclature purpose, that is generally people using the 1:1 convolutional. So you can use name as a 1:1 convolutional, yeah, 1:1 feature filter. So the output also same 4019 depth, then number of the size here will be 409. And finally here also same filter, same operation will go and getting the final out class 1:1. So this number of the filter we are getting here, it's depend on the class C. So how much class is there? So according to that, for example, 1000 classes is there, then depend on the C 1000 class. So the number of the depth of this filter, so it depends on the class. For example, one class, so one feature, one kernel we are taking there, output we are getting a one depth 1:1 convolution. For deeper example, for multi-class, especially multi-class like multi-scale. So how is multi-scale classification does? So for example, this 245 input, 245 input, 281 and 317 input, 317 into 389 input. So this is a multi-scale image as an input, and as if this multi-scale as an input and output, we are getting first 5 layer of output. Like after 5 layer, that output of we are getting for first image 5x5, second image 5 6x7, third image 7x9, and so on. So this feature map we are getting. So all of like here input image size is different, and what size we can we have to take here for filter size. We have to take for the convolver feature for dense layer. So here for dense layer, because the size according due to the size of image, we can't change our parameters. We can't change parameter, but we have to fix our depth and the filter. So here depth is a 4096, and here also depth is 4096. For example, first input 5x5, and depth is a 256. Then convol for as a example here, convolve 5x5. So first is 5x5, convolve 5x5, we are getting the result 1:1. So this result we are getting here. Same thing happen if 6x7, if you will take 6x7, then you will get here the result as a result of output 2x3. So 2x3. So same here you are getting 2x3, then convolve into 1:1, then again you are getting 2x3, and finally we are getting 2x3 into C. C means C here is the class, number of the class. So for example, if number of the class 5, plus if like false class, then 6. So 5 is true class and 1, so we are taking 6. So it depends on the number of class. So this is for first input and 23 for second input. So here for third input 7x9, same 3x5. So here for this level, this class level, 3x9, 3x5 feature map with depth of the 4096 we are getting as output. Then again convolve with 1:1, and we are convolved 1:1, and then same output that same output 3x5 we are getting here also. Then convolve with that 1:1 feature, and depth number of the filter we can choose according to the class. For example, class is the C here, so here this filter number of the filter also the number of the filter which we can take according to the class. So this is this all about the classification task. So for detection and bounding box detection task is some trivial. So whole of the network for till this layer is same, but is output generally bounding box, because there is the 4 classes there. x1 x1 y1 and x2 y2. So we need for that 4 parameter increase here. So if 4 parameter increase here, then output multiply by the 4. So one, if we are getting 1 into 1, then its class is 4, 4 into 4 into c, number of the class. So for this change we have to change the final final layer. So final layer, so we have to change the depth of the feature according to the final layer. So this change required for the final layer for the classification, bounding board detection type. So this is whole about like classification and detection, and how basically overfit work with feature map, and how whole one CNN network can perform both classification bounding board detection tasks. So this whole about overfit. Thank you so much.